Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you now that the budget challenge game has started, what do we have to do and then how do we pay our bills and how can we make decisions about what we pay and we go from there. So again, primary goal is making sure you know what to do with this. So again, use your links here to go back out, get into the budget challenge game and you go back to your dashboard. So when I go back to my dashboard here for student home, this is where you'll come out to. Again, you're going to notice your road test, written test, and your rank and stats. Right now, everyone's sort of based upon like the points we've earned. You'll see down there, but that will change over a couple of days, and that will take a little bit of time. Again, road tests and written tests. We've talked about the written tests. You got to stay up with the different quizzes. Again, right now, you should have taken care of the by the way, and then also now you're back in doing the CW1, the banking one for this week. So plan accordingly. I want to talk about the road test though. So at this point it says vendors with outstanding balances too, and also I have these dashboard alerts up here. So I sort of use the dashboard alerts to sort of like help me organize like what I've done and what I haven't done. And also I'm going to rely on the cash flow worksheet to do that as well. So if I go to the vendors with outstanding balances, I'm just going to go directly to here and then I'll go back into my dashboard alerts later on here. So I have Vista View Apartments. We said that's going to be the first bill. We were expecting that. So we must pay that in full. We must pay that on time. So I'm going to go back to Vista View Apartments. And again, it's going to come up in my vendors tab here. These are new tabs that will show up the bank and vendors. This is basically everything where you want to go in the bank tab here to how to pay bills. You can transfer funds. Now, if you're interested in that emergency fund, I want you to transfer the funds through the trophy section on here. You can see like what checks have not cleared, the bounce checks, the savings account. We're not keeping track of your savings account in the cash flow worksheet. We are making notes if we are making transfers of that. There's also a link down here for the mobile app. And again, if you have not done this at this point, you should probably download this. Again, staying on top of this and organized is going to be the hardest thing probably for you. It's easy to forget about a bill. Again, these are things that I'm expecting you to do. Also, you have this vendors tab where you have links to all your different vendors. And in here, you're going to see all the activity. Essentially, so for example, when I went to my student home and I went to the vendors with outstanding balances, the link takes me from Vista View here back into this tab. So I can get to it two different ways with this. Unfortunately, again, they're not matching up with the vendor name. They're saying what it's for. So it's the apartment. So it takes me back to Vista View. And whenever you're going in here, you're looking for green buttons. That's going to indicate that we have an invoice. It will tell you like a little bit of a description here. The date it came out was the 15th, so last time it was posted. Current balance. It doesn't tell you like when it's due. So what you have to do is go back to view invoice, and here's where you can get some details about that. Payment due by 10/22. We've already planned that out. Again, this is my share of the 829 or 824.19. So what I want to do is I want to go back and I want to pay this bill. And again, just to confirm this back in the cash flow worksheet, again, how do you get to that point? Again, here's your link here to your assignment. Please use this to get to the cash flow worksheet. We plan to pay that 824.19 for 10/22. Again, that we'll be able to do that. So I want to take you through that steps right now. So back here in budget challenge, go back to your bank and pay bills. This is where you have a list in your bill pay section of all your different vendors. And again, this is easy to do where you want to pay your Vista View apartment, but you click on the wrong vendor. And unfortunately, the payment goes to the wrong vendor. There are ways of going back and getting the money back and then reallocating the money. So again, we'll talk about that in a second video. So I'm going to go to Vista View Apartments because that's my first bill that I want to do. I'm going to hit select. And again, what I have to do here, I have a sample check here, and I click on the date. Notice today is October 16th. The first date that this will post will be the 19th. So it takes 2 days to process. So this is why it's important that we stay on top of this. You can't just remember like the day to pay it. It takes 2 days, and that will then generate a late payment. So I'm going to schedule this on the 22nd. Okay. You can always pay the bill early. In fact, what I'll do is I'll pay it one day early here, and I'll show you what I'd like you to do back in your cash flow worksheet here with that. So I'm going to pay it one day early. It's not a big deal. And again, would have to confirm here if I were to take this number here and copy this, put it up here, and then delete this, nothing changes over here. So again, because I'm going to pay it on the 21st, I'm going to move this up to the 21st, and that's important that you do that. So now, the amount, again, it doesn't like automatically populate, so you want to check this out. So I'm going to go back here, my cash flow worksheet, I'm going to double check this, 8/24/19, I'll confirm that. And then the other thing I'll probably do is go back out here to my apartment and do a new tab on here and confirm 8/24/19. So you have to manually do that. You are responsible for paying the right amount. If you would pay 8/24/18, you would not pay this in full. You would be fined. So again, there's nothing you have to do. So you don't have to type out anything here like the written amount. I would. The memo. Again, normally on checks, on paper checks, I don't use this personally, but in this game, it is very helpful to have this on here. So I'm just going to make a note. This is October rent, and you should do this pretty much for every check that you issue. So it's just don't say like payment, because in your bank statement, in your bank account activity, it does give you a little bit better understanding what the bill's for. So without doing the memo, it's harder to figure out. So come up with a system that works for you. So I'm going to hit pay bill. So then when I click on pay bill, this does not go through automatically. It's not processed. If I scroll down here, I now have one pending check. Okay, it's Vista View Apartments, October rent. That's my memo that I typed in my check number. It automatically generates that. And again, here's my amount, estimated post date on 10/21. So I'm going to pay it a day early. And what happens is when we have this post on Thursday on 10/21, eventually it will show up in the account activity. Okay, you can delete this. Say you make a mistake, you can delete this and reissue the check anytime. Okay, until 10/21. After 10/21, it will process. Again, I'm not sure when during the day it processes. If it's like at noon, 11, it could be random. I'm not really sure. So I would say you're good up until probably midnight. 12:01 on October 21st, rolling from the 20th to the 21st to make any changes on that. But again, that has not done anything. So now, since I have that pending and I've scheduled that, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to go back to my cash flow worksheet here. I want to do something different with that number to sort of indicate that I've made a payment on that, or I've had that pending. So I'm going to refer back to the reconciliation assignment in our Schoology course. So underneath reconciliation, I ask you to do some things here in your cash flow worksheet. Number 5, it says all pending checks must appear in bold or formatted differently from cleared or anticipated transactions. So I'm going to go back here into my cash flow worksheet, and I'm simply going to bold this number. So I know I have it scheduled to pay. So that would be my pending transaction. So that's a process on how we can go back and we can make a payment on this, and what you have to do every time you make a payment in your cash flow worksheet. And again, if you keep up with this every time you make the payment in the cash flow worksheet, that just makes your reconciliation so much easier. Really, the reconciliation is just you're matching up and making sure everything is the same. And I'll talk about that in another video. So that takes care of paying your first bill for the apartment. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'll follow up with a second video on the credit card bill, and then how does that impact a few other things going on in the game.